Hello, friends. This is Cecilia from Southern Wind. Today, I am creating a video about a question that I had that it was about, can you have a protection dog while you're raising a baby? And the baby comes after you have owned the dog for a while in your home. As many of you know, I've been involved in dogs for almost 50 years. I was born with a dog by my side. Inside, it was a Doberman. Her name was Perla, whom my mother raised her next to me, and even gave her the same antibiotics she used to give to me because Perla turned out to have distemper, and the vet told her that it was better to put her down. But I think that my hardhead thing comes from my mother too. She said, no way, I will try to the end. And she did. She saved her. So I was raised next to Perla for 11 years until she developed cancer in her nose, and we did have to put her down. But she was my company. So I had to learn from very early age many responsibilities. And this is part of all of this. And let me say that everything that I talk about in my videos, it's real personal experience. I cannot talk from anything that I haven't gone through. So maybe if you're okay with it, or maybe you don't accept what I say, it's just my life experience, what I share with people. My kid, Franco, who's big time Malinois person nowadays, was also born next to a Doberman. It was really incredible, the coincidence. I mean, and he would grab from, Jamie was a totally protection trained dog, very strong dog. In fact, it was a dog that when you try to put the electric collar in those times, to put off, and outs, he would hold even tighter on the sleeve. So he was a hard dog. It was a hard Doberman. But anyway, coming back to the topic that we're talking about, yes, Franco was born in 1984. Jamie had been with me already like 2 years, and my experience was fabulous. I mean, just fabulous. Jamie protected that kid like if it was part of him. What I did is, when I gave birth to Franco, Bebo, as everybody knows him, I used to put his clothes next to Jamie, so Jamie would be smelling him. And I allowed Jamie to sleep with me in the room next to the crib. And every time I picked up Franco and have him breastfed, he would come over and smell him. So there was a bond immediately between Jamie and Franco. And this showed me that if you, as a dog owner with a highly well-trained protection dog, do things correctly, and the dog has the good genetic makeup and good balanced head, and it's a very good established as far as on his temperament. And the other thing, I was the one who decided what Jamie was to do or not. I never allowed him to be over me, you see? So the way that we trained and everything, he was always responsive, always very directed to me. I mean, he knew everything and always respected me in every single aspect and loved me. So yes, we raised Franco next to the Doberman. I mean, the Doberman would even put his head inside the playpen, and Franco would hold from his ears, and the dog would lift him up until he stood up. Then after that, I would take Franco out, and Franco would hold on from his ears, and he would walk one step at a time, basically, knowing that the kid still didn't have a lot of balance to walk. But yes, I could put Franco on the floor, and the dog would lay down next to him. The kid could come up to him, lay on top of him. I mean, do incredible things to him. And Jamie had the most wonderful temperament and loved Franco in every aspect. As well as this, I have seen many situations where I have been asked for advice for mothers that are going to have babies and they have a trained dog, and they want to know if they can have, the baby with him. So basically, yes, you can, as long as you know how to do things, if you know how to do things correctly. If the dog has the perfect temperament, it's balanced, it's not a crazy dog, it's not a reactive dog. On my case, on my situation, all the dogs that I have had, everything, since 1973, 1974, have accepted kids of all ages. I cannot say that none of the dogs that I bred or raised or imported basically had any problems with kids. And they were fantastic with the family. I sold many, many dogs at that time. I had a protection dog training kennel. I used to train for protection work. I used to do many things at that time. I mean, I was younger, sure. And this is before even Franco was born. When I introduced the Malinois in 1974, Franco wasn't even born yet. And even the Malinois had great temperaments. I sold many, many Malinois who were very well trained in those times for personal protection, great dogs, and lived with kids, and lived with babies, and lived with families. I even sold a dog. His name was Rocky. Franco was alive by that time. He was already training with me and helping with the dogs and everything. And Franco was maybe 10, 11, and he would take the bite work out of Rocky. And we sold Rocky to a family where they had broken in. It was a very well-known family in Puerto Rico. They had broken into their house. They had raped the mother and tied up the kids and stole everything inside the house. And the doctor contacted me because he was going crazy. He didn't know what to do. So at that time, I used to get my dogs from a person called Eddie Nurse. He was up in Virginia. And I used to travel there almost every month. And he always had dogs for me. So I called him up and I told him, Eddie, I need a dog that will be excellent for this, and explain the whole situation. He says, Ceci, come over. I have him and I have a couple of dogs that you can take over with you. And this dog in particular, he's Czech bred. He's going to be very, very good. So definitely, yes. So we brought Rocky over. Franco worked with him a little bit. Then we got another trainer and we started working inside the house of this doctor, where the dog would do a complete search. When they got to the house, when they entered the house, the dog would come to the gate. They would open and they would send the dog to do a search on the whole property. The dog would do it. Then they would go to the door. They would open the door and send him to do a search inside the home. The dog would do it. And I mean, the dog was fabulous. I mean, great, great mind. Very balanced. The only situation with Rocky was that when he saw the doctor's kids inside the pool, he would get desperate because he thought something was happening. Like if they started playing or something, and then he would jump into the water and grab the kids, very softly by the hands or something and take them out of the pool. So that's the only problem they ever had. But they never had problems of people or their family coming in and the dog attacking just like a reaction. He had a very good control. They would just say, Rocky, to place. He would go to place. The kids would play around, would do everything. Kids would bring their neighbors, and the dog was perfect. What's the use of locking a dog in a crate if you have a personal protection dog while people are coming in your house and out, and you cannot have the lock loose? What if someone breaks in at the same time that you're having friends in your house? You need to have a dog that's loose and that has that type of temperament and that type of training. And that, yes, I would say, my own experience, as I say, you can have it, but you have to make it happen. Thank you. Any doubts? Any questions? I mean, you can write above this video. As I said, I will be sharing my personal experiences with dogs in different aspects. And I love to share education. I did it with the mounted police for 22 years. And this is part of my life. And I like my people to be very, they know, they get educated. And with these problems nowadays with the social media and all of these things coming out about the types of training and everything, and there's so much confusion. I know, but the ones that follow me understand that I talk about my own experiences, what I went through, and I'm sharing it honestly from my heart. Have a great day. Cecilia from Southern Wind.